What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we're going to carry on with our themed drafts, and one of the most popular choices for the themed drafts was one that we've already done that people want me to do again, and that is the automatic draft. So today we are going to do the automatic draft. Oh yes, we are going to do it. Obviously I'm going to pick the formation and the captain, and then we'll go auto from there. Before we get into that, if you guys could drop a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. You're watching this during Gamescom, so I don't know how many views it's going to get, because videos in FIFA typically take a big hit during Gamescom. We've been smashing 5,000 likes. I don't know if we can achieve that today because of the, I just don't know, you know, video, as I say, videos always go, like, trend down. So if we can hit 5k likes, man, that would be awesome. Let's go for the 4-2-3-1, my dudes. What we're going to start with, we're going to pick our captain. Even if it is a winger, I'll still pick it. Ooh, Striker Sanchez. Let's go. So Striker Sanchez is who we take. And then we're just going to do the big old complete my squad. I'm obviously going to play around with the players and see who we get. Oh, that Chiellini and Dani Alves are very nice. Come on, Handanovic is nice. Florenzi, not bad. I don't think it's giving me any attackers. Hello? I mean, we've got a lot of Calcio A players, which is nice. I don't know how to feel about this. We're going to put Handanovic in there. It's given me no attacking. Like, Bakayoko can go in. He doesn't help chemistry, mind. I think that helps chemistry. And then he helps chemistry. Wanyama there as well. This is tough. Bakayoko can go at Cam because he's got better stats than Lassana Diarra. It's literally given me no central players. Even like Callejon, not central. James Rodriguez is central, but he doesn't link with anyone. It has given me not... It's given me not a single striker. Or like no attacking midfielders. I don't understand. We can put this dude in actually here. Spanish. Or maybe actually if we put him back in, let's pop those two around again, and then we'll put the right back at left back. That takes us up to 76 chemistry. I'm not like it's not even given any special cards. I can't even link Silva with what's his name. I could put Callejon up front. That would give us a little boost in chem. I could put James Rodriguez at left centre mid like that. That would probably be better all round because Lassana Diarra is not the best. Why do we lose chemistry there? Because Dani Alves needs the link. Fair enough. We actually gained chemistry there. That's a cam again though. Do I have another cam? I do have another cam. Man, this is brutal. I think I'm going to go with that as the team, dudes. Callejon's going to be way off chem. Would it be better to put Sanchez there? It would go 4 and 7 instead of 3 and 10. Nah, I think this is probably better here. There's no one like hugely off chem except for Callejon. You guys, I'm probably missing something that's glaringly obvious to do that you guys are going mental at me for, and I don't see it. This is tough, man. This is brutal. For the bench, we'll put Alexis Sanchez on the bench. There's no one else I care to put on the bench. I mean, our defence is alright. Tell you what we might do. Let's put Dira this side. What was that? What was it on? We was on 76 chemistry. Let's put Bakayoko that side. Swap those two around. We was on 76. It's still 76. It's still exactly the same. That's also still exactly the same. I would probably prefer Dira on chem and Dani Alves off chem. Oh, I've got Benega as a cam there. That doesn't work, does it? Is there a way to get this a bit better? What about putting Mascherano? Oh, Mascherano now. No, he loses chem as well. God damn. Wanyama? Nope. Mascarell, because he gets a Spanish link. That's alright. 78 chemistry. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. James Rodriguez is fine. Obviously, we've got Banega here, the informed version. Pretty decent card. Diarra there doesn't get any links. This is how we're going to have to roll with this, dudes, I'm afraid. Let's see what we can get for a manager. That takes up to 81. That's not bad at all. Bundesliga's up to 80. 82 with the Spanish manager. Yeah, we'll go with the Spanish Calcio A manager. Perfect. 82 chemistry out of that. This team isn't the greatest, dudes. Alexis Sanchez is going to hopefully be a good super sub for us. We don't really have much by way of subs. Literally just Sanchez is the only decent, and maybe Bellarabi as well, actually. But this is going to be the team. Honestly, guys, I don't even expect much more than a first round exit out of this. That, though, is the team. Let's get into the action. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 3-4-3 formation. 99 Ronaldo, that 87 Luiz, 94 Hazard, KDB, Messi, team of the season Griezmann, informed Bale, informed Kante, Smalling, and, of course, the Frenchman, Raphael Varane. All in all, a pretty good team, to be fair. The formation is a bit iffy. I haven't really used that formation too much myself this year. I did use one of the 5 backs that was very similar in many aspects. But we get quite a lucky break off to get the first goal. The ball just falls to Jose Callejon there after a lucky deflection in the midfield. But a beautiful finish from the Spaniard to pop that in the back of the net. Next up, Valero into Bakayoko. As I said, guys, you know, I didn't expect too much from this draft, right? It's an autocomplete draft. The draft wasn't fantastic. James Rodriguez there lasers that one past Leno through his legs, of all things. And James Rodriguez, again, coming up massive here with a free kick from 30-odd yards. Top bins, no problem. 3-0, 17 minutes in, and that is where this opponent decided he had enough. James Rodriguez and Jose Callejon both coming up big with some nice goals there. And we advance into the second round. I was already happy to be in the second round with this team. It wasn't the greatest team. It wasn't the worst team. And I say it a lot, you know, team isn't necessarily everything. But in some instances, it can be real important, especially in certain key stats. You know, pace, stamina, weak foot, work rates, those sort of things, height. And the second opponent we come up against has an equally good a team as a first opponent. You know, 99 Messi, 98 Ronaldo, 90 Di Maria, I believe that is, on the right wing. Team of the year, Dani Alves. Team of the season, David Luiz. Couple of informs, a nice midfield with Pastore and Diarra in there, and all in all, quite a nice team. And things didn't start off so well for me this game. Oh no, apologies, they did start off so well for me. It's the next game I think I conceded the first goal. Jose Callejon again picking up a goal. Really fortunate to score, to be fair. A couple of lucky deflections went my way in the box. We end up getting a second as well. Dani Alves again down the left-hand side, getting involved in the goals. Evades the sliding tackle of the defender. Beautiful little bit of a left trigger, right trigger. Puts it into Bakayoko. Eventually goes to James Rodriguez, who also scores again. So that is now both games that James and James Rodriguez and Jose Callejon have both scored in. I did concede a goal in this game. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gets incredibly lucky to get the ball back there, and then even more fortunate to see it fall in the back of the net as Handanovic makes a hash of the save. But 2-1 was the final score. We are used to, over the last few episodes, seeing insane numbers of goals in these games. Not today. There is one game with a considerable number of goals, but generally speaking, the goals were toned down a lot here. You can see I controlled possession of that game quite well. So 3-0 in the first game, 2-1 in the second game. We next come up against a 5-2-2-1. Inform Sanchez, Kante, Matuidi and Hazard. Team of the season, Tovan. Sidibe at right back, and then a bit of a mismatched defence. You know, obviously Kieran Gibbs there, Matip, Van Dijk. They're all decent, and you know Danilo even off chem as well with Bravo and goal. They're all decent defenders in their own right. But they're not outstanding defenders. This game was mad frustrating for me. I'd missed a few chances already, and my opponent here comes in with Sanchez, shoots and scores, and then you can see how lagging the game is anyway. He proceeded to celebrate the full celebration. He waited the full, the full time before kickoff, and then indeed paused it for the full complement of the game. And then after that, tried shielding it in the corner. You can see here, he got the ball off me with Gibbs. He tried shielding it. He just made a mistake, and I guess he decided he didn't want to shield it anymore. But it kind of, it was a little bit frustrating. I'm thinking again, I've mentioned it in a previous video, like, it's August, dude. Like, you don't have to play like this in August. Like, I get people get to play how they want, and they should play how they want. You know, who am I to tell you how to play? But at the same time, you're really going to be, like, trying to shield in the 52nd minute whilst 1-0 up in the semi-final of the draft. Is it that deep? I don't think it's that deep. But I end up pulling the goal back off of my opponent's mistake. He gifted the ball back to me in midfield to make it 1-1. And it wasn't too long before I made it 2-1 as well. Great ball down to Jose Callum, who, of course, scored again. Was that Callum that scored that goal? Or was it James Rodriguez? I can't remember. But we eventually got a second goal here. The ball goes into James Rodriguez, who does score. I think both of them have scored in all 3 games now. I can't quite remember straight away who scored that first goal. We made it 2-1, and it wasn't too long before we made it 3-1. Alexis Sanchez gets in behind. His defence goes all over the place. Sanchez shoots and scores to make it 3-1. And there was one more goal left in this game. My opponent puts a corner in, a little bit of a mess in the box, and eventually the ball finds its way into the back of the net. Matip getting down the left-hand side, crosses it in, and there's Matuidi to pop that one home. It was so late though, it didn't really make much of a difference, and we win the game 3-2. Which was nice because I didn't expect to get to the final with this team. So I was very happy to get to the final with this team. We go through 3-0 to 1-3-2, and then into the final we come up against a nice team of the season, Lewandowski and Oblak. In form Aguero and Hazard, team of the group stage, team of the tournament, David Luiz. I think he would have been better off putting Azpilicueta at CDM and David Luiz at centre-back for chemistry. I believe that would have been better for him. I can't quite remember exactly. And we get another goal from James Rodriguez there. Penalty is saved. He gets the rebound, shoots and scores. So James Rodriguez definitely scored in every game. I think Jose Callum scored in 3 games up to now. But we go 1-0 up with the penalty, which was obviously very nice. And we eventually made it 2-0 as well. The ball comes into Valero here. Callum plays it back into Valero's path. A beautiful drag back from Valero, who shoots and scores. What a goal that was to make it 2-0. There was a third and final goal in this game, and it came for my opponent very, very late on. A throw-in, he launches it into the box. The header is won by Bale. The shot is taken by Hazard, and the goal goes in at 2-1. But fortunately enough for me, there were no more goals in the game, so we actually managed to win the draft with the autocomplete team. That's incredible. I didn't expect that at all. This is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. Alright guys, so we end up winning the draft. That's 3 consecutive draft wins in the draft to glory. Very happy with that. This was tough, man. I wasn't playing against exceptional players. The semi-final was tough for different reasons. The final was a very good opponent, and I managed to squeak through that one. The first and second round were quite comfortable. This team was alright. It wasn't great. James Rodriguez shone. Like, he just stood out. I think he scored in every single game. And he was just the master, absolute master. I didn't expect much out of this team, so to come away with a win in an auto-complete draft, I am very, very happy with that. Very happy. Yeah, the semi-final was a tough one. The game was perfectly fine for the first 30 minutes, and it went mad laggy. I went 1-0 down, then the dude literally, after I think it was about the 60th minute, the dude just started shielding it in the corner. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, it's 1-0, it's the 60th minute. I eventually got back on terms and then took the lead. And eventually beat him as well, which was quite nice. So we're going to claim the prize here, guys. Very happy with that result, man. Very happy with that result. Let's see what we get. And we get a mega pack and a premium gold players pack. That's not so bad. You know, there's definitely worse prizes out there than a mega pack and a premium gold players pack. No big flair in the premium gold players pack. An 81 rated, that's a bad pack, that is, to be fair. That is a bad pack. We're not going to get much back out of that. But the mega pack is always nice, just because of the sheer volume of items within the pack. No big flair in this one either. We are going to get Kasper Schmeichel, a nice 82 rated player there, but not the best of things to have for us. What else have we got there? Another 82, not so bad. A couple of Premier League players, which is nice. Is that Bundesliga? Bundesliga 2 player, a bit meh. Fitness card and healing cards are obviously always good. Another 282 rated players. That's not so bad at all. A lot of duplicates there that we'll send into the club. We will discard the remaining items. Let's just briefly take a look at our draft history as well at this stage of the series, I guess. We have entered now 142 times, and we have won 56 of those. And as I mentioned, I think in yesterday's or the day before's video, I'd say we've got to at least 20 or 30 finals that we've lost as well. could easily be a one in every other draft kind of record. However, our win record in DTG this year is much better than last year's. My goals conceded is still a little bit too high. We're up at 1.48 per game. However, fortunately enough, we've scored 1,400 goals now, an average of 3.1 per game. My possession is pretty decent. My pass accuracy is very nice, up at the 85% mark. And we've got an overall record of 366 to 86. So over a 4-to-1 win-loss ratio. I'm very, very happy with that. And of course, we've made an absolute killing on this draft. We've got a club, probably about 1.2 to 1.4 million's worth of stuff in the club, consumables, players, etc. And of course, 1.2 million just sitting there as well. And that's given the fact that we also opened a crap ton of premium, of special packs. I think there's some promo packs out now. Like, we opened a load of these sort of things. Let's open one now as well, just to see what we pick up out of this. Probably nothing. Oh, big flare. How about that? So we get Glick. Not exactly what you want, but not the worst thing in the world. A couple of squad fitness cards. Was that worth the... oh, Koulibaly as well. That's actually really not bad. An 83 and an 84. I'll take that. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.